Anything you want to say.
And that's how they hear it.
Yeah.
Oh, that's a great idea. Saves on electricity.
There's not electricity.
I'm so impressed by what I'm seeing here.
I'm so impressed by what I'm seeing here.
You have done something very important and very historic.
You have done something very important and very historic.
It had to happen somewhere.
It had to happen somewhere.
Might as well have been here.
Might as well have been here.
Give yourself a hand. About 11 years ago, myself and a band called Rage Against the Machine decided to storm the doors of the New York Stock Exchange. For some reason, they were a little faster than I was. So I got arrested. So far, amongst all of us here, I'm the one that's been arrested on Wall Street. And they know what's coming on Wall Street. Because it's not just the hundreds or thousands that have come down here to Liberty Square. Plaza. It is millions of Americans who have suffered as a result of the decisions made by the people in these buildings.
That's Michael Moore.
Just a second, hang on, let me put my thoughts here. I know you're in the process of coming up with your demands. If you would allow me just to state my own personal 2 cents. I want to see a perp walk. I want to see the people responsible for destroying the lives of millions of people. In handcuffs. And led away. And brought to justice. Immediately. That's number one. Number two. It's time to make them pay. Tax them. How much? Not enough. How much? Still not enough. How much? Still not enough.
Hell yeah.
They are thieves. They are gangsters. They are kleptomaniacs. They have tried to take our democracy and turn it into a kleptocracy. Their kleptocracy. The 400 richest Americans own more wealth than 150 million combined. And they may think they're going to get away with this. Because they have so much more than everyone else. But they're afraid of one basic thing. There's only 400 of them. And there's at least 150 million 200 million, 250 million.
And then there's at least 150 million, 200 million, 250 million
Of us!
of us!
Now what happens when 250 million are pitted against 400 people?
When 250 million people are against 400 people, what happens?
You don't have to be into sports to understand the outcome of that game.
You don't have to be in sports to understand the outcome of that game.
All we have to do, not just us here, but all Americans, is to realize how much more power we have than they have.
Is to realize how much more power we have than they have.
They think their power is derived from their bank accounts.
They think their power is derived from their bank accounts.
But our power is derived from the people.
But our power is derived from the people.
All the people.
All the people.
Not the 400.
Not the 400.
All the people.
All the people.
No. I just got back to New York 12 hours ago.
I just got back to New York 12 hours ago.
And I wanted to come down here as soon as I could. I've spent over 20 years fighting Wall Street, General Motors, health insurance companies, a whole lot of them. A lot of that has been alone or just with a very few people. It warms my heart. To see all of you here. And I know that each and every one of you, each of you represents another 1,000, another 10,000 people across this country. It's good to see the media has finally shown up. Do not despair because there's only a few hundred here right now. All great movements start with just a few people. Whether it was the few people that were in the bar, the Stonewall bar, down in the village. That was a smaller crowd than this. And look what that's led to. This month, for the first time, 54% of the American public says gay marriage should be legal. 54% of the American public says gay marriage should be legal. That took too long. This has to happen sooner. Amen.
Yeah.
Whatever you do, don't despair because this is the hard part. You're in the hard part right now.
Whatever you do, don't despair, because this is the hard part. You're in the hard part right now.
But everyone will remember. 3 months from now.
3 months from now.
6 months from now.
6 months from now.
100 years from now.
100 years from now.
That you came down to this plaza.
That you came down to this plaza.
And you started this movement.
And you started this movement.
Thank you, all of you, for everything you've done.
Thank you, all of you, for everything you've done.
I am honored to be in your presence.
I am honored to be in your presence.
Thank you very much.
Thank you very much.